Every journey has a beginning, and my journey to Annapurna Base Camp started from Pokhara, Nepal. From Pokhara, I traveled to Nayapul, and from Nayapul, I took another ride to Jinu, and that's where my real journey began. With two backpacks on my shoulder, one carrying my camera and the other carrying around 15 kilos of my essentials, I started walking towards a dream that I have been carrying for years. The first steps were exciting. Crossing the suspension bridge, climbing those endless stairs, and slowly moving deeper into Himalayas. Every turn had a new view, every step had a new feeling. After Jinu, the trail continued to Stamrong. The mountains were getting closer and the journey was getting tougher. The next morning, I started my trek from Chongrong towards Himalaya. Every bridge I crossed, every step I climbed was taking me closer to my dream. Sometimes the mountains were hidden behind the fog. I couldn't see what was waiting ahead, but I kept walking because sometimes the journey itself becomes beautiful even when the destination is not visible. Along the way, waterfalls become my companions. The sound of flowing water, the cold mountain air, and the peaceful silence of Himalayas made every tired step worth it. Walking through the dense forest and bamboo trails, I felt like I was entering a completely different world. Away from noise, away from busy life, just me, my backpack, my camera, and the mountains. As I moved deeper into mountains, the weather started changing. Near bamboo, the rain slowly started following me. At first, it was just few drops, but as I climbed higher towards Himalaya, the rain became stronger. The mountains started disappearing behind the clouds. The cold wind becomes sharper and the trail becomes more challenging. But standing there in the middle of the rain, surrounded by forests and mountains, I realized that this is what makes the Himalayan journey special. You don't just experience the beauty of mountains, you experience every mood of mountains. This day was one of the longest day of my trek. I started walking around 7 in the morning and continued until around 6:30 in the evening. Almost 12 hours of walking, one step at a time. After a long day of walking, I finally reached Himalaya, a small place on the map, but big milestone in my journey. The next day, I started my journey towards Annapurna Base Camp. I left Himalaya around 7:30 in the morning. Again, I see these never-ending steps. Again, one step at a time. Beautiful landscape, waterfalls, and me. After around 2 hours of walking, I reached Devrali. Crossing this avalanche area is the biggest challenge. With narrow beach, actually there is a no beach, there's just the bamboo. Crossing a river on that bamboo is little scary. After crossing lot of bridges, river, I finally reached Machapuchere around noon. But the journey between Machapuchere base camp and Annapurna base camp was something I will never forget. I don't know if it was the altitude or the heavy backpack, but suddenly my body started giving up. My backpack felt heavier than ever. I was walking 10 steps, then stopping, walking again, then sitting down. Every step was battle, but sometimes the hardest steps take you to the most beautiful moments. And after all the tiredness, after all the struggles, when I finally saw the board Annapurna Base Camp, that moment was different. Because since the day I discovered trekking, whether it was the mountain of Maharashtra or the Himalayas, I had only two dreams in my mind: Everest Base Camp and Annapurna Base Camp. Physically, it took me 3 days to reach here, but mentally, it took almost 15 years. Standing there at Annapurna Base Camp, I was not just looking at mountains, I was looking at a dream that finally became reality. That evening, I captured the sunset behind Macha Puchre. And later, the magical night sky, the Milky Way, and the stars, a memory that I will carry forever. The next morning, I woke up early to witness the sunrise over Annapurna, a moment where you don't need words, you just stand there and feel grateful. Every beautiful journey has an ending. Leaving Annapurna was not easy. My feet wanted to stay. My heart didn't want to leave. I looked back at the mountains one last time because some places are not just places, they become a part of you. The same trail that challenged me while going up was now taking me back down. But this time I was not returning as the same person who started this journey. I was returning with memories, with lessons, and with the dream that finally came true. For many people, Annapurna Base Camp might be just destination, but for me, it was a dream I carried for almost 15 years. 3 days of walking brought me there, but years of dreaming brought me to that moment. Thank you, Annapurna, for testing me, for teaching me, for giving me good memories. Thank you. Thank you so much.